Hey, so you guys, you know, do the thing? Okay, I'm guessing by your faces that you can't. Not a problem. I'm a better teacher than I look. Basically, you can press... Yo! Art shortcuts? It's like the art sphere from Zillia. That's about all there is to it. Kind of basic when you think about it. I think I got it. I think I pretty much got it. Now let's get moving to Shoalhaven. I don't think I'm gonna need that. I don't have enough arts to make use of that. I'm gonna put my piece of this whole Gaul conversation. I am gonna say this. Again, like I said, the best way to do an optional character, I don't like Patty, but they honestly did it the best way they could, which is not changing the overall story, just adding like a little arc at the very end, just for Patty's moment. So, they can either do a couple of things with this. They either don't give Gaul any background at all, other than that one moment. They either put something super late in the game, like they did with Patty, or it's a side quest, or maybe a side quest fleshes him out. It'd be really lame if a side quest fleshed him out, but like, I wouldn't put it past him because he's not an optional character, he's a new character added to the game. So, you know. Also, this thing about the circle, if there is something about the circle that's like, hey, you're supposed to pick up on this, that's dumb. It's really cool to have little lore stuff like that, like, oh, if you look really closely at this thing, you'll see it connects to this. It's really neat to have that, but if the game expects you to look at his summoning circle to get more about him, that's stupid. That's like looking too much into it. That's something you do in like a second playthrough, you know? That's like something you would do in like, another run of the game or something. Like, Klonoa 2. Klonoa 2 is, in the end of Klonoa 2, they have the, one of the last levels in the game is the World of Sorrow. Someone in my chat was telling me a bunch of lore about how it was like, how it had a lot of significance and, like, reflected on Klonoa's past. Like, reflecting on his past from Door to Phantom Isle. Me as a player, playing that game for the first time, I would not have I would have to look really hard to notice that. I still enjoyed the game. I thought the ending was great. But what the person told me in that chat just made me look at it completely differently. So I still would have loved it, and I still loved it. That game was amazing. Buy the Fantasy Reverie collection if you have them for the Switch. Really good collection. But I still loved it, even without knowing all that extra stuff. But that extra stuff increased my love for it. So, if they expect you to look at the summoning circle to be like, oh, Gaul is this, very vaguely, that's really dumb on the developer's part. They can have little hints like that, but like, don't require the player to look at the summoning circle or whatever. Basically, the point I'm trying to get at is, I would rather them at that point just not develop Gaul in the story as much as they could. But, you know, I guess we'll just play the game and see what happens. Are you sure it's a good idea to team up with the likes of Periodot? I know she comes off a little combative, but she's a good person at heart. A good person that took you hostage. Yeah, that Periodot. Honestly, she's the worst. Core, do you really think so? Come on, have you seen that tiny skirt she wears? I did not mean to make the conversation go in this direction. When she kicks or flips or whatever, it's just lewd. So you're saying you're peeping up her skirt basically all the... Oh, Core, this is not helping your case. Do you want the deviant incident to return to you? That's what you're saying. Core, you're the worst. Maybe I'm the worst for picking that dialogue option. No, I'm not saying I looked. I'm saying it's visible, and that's bad. Hey, wait up. How'd I become the bad guy? You brought that into yourself, dude. The only way we can get the Straga is by taking the boat from upriver. We better make our way to Shoalhaven. Let's do it. I don't know if I want to go for 4 or 5 hours today. Probably go for 5. My headache is clearing up, which is a good thing. And plus, I'm having a really good time with hearts and, you know, just having a fun time in general. Whether it's talking with chat or playing the game. Where's Shoalhaven again? Up there. Man, it's good game design when Tales games have world maps you can just open and see where things are. Who's ready? Final Fury. Ba 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 bum. Man, I wish I had a survival tent right now, like in Xenogears. Oh well, we're at Shoalhaven. We made it. We made it, lads. If we follow the river from Shoalhaven to Straga, it'll take us under the city. Sounds like we need a boat. Let's start asking around. Alright, boys, back in Shoalhaven. Right there's for the main story. I haven't found the Nom coin. I'm gonna go up to the inn and heal really quick. And also, there might be a skit. Oh, can I not? Or is this guy heal? This is a salesman. That's not the inn. Where's the inn at? Ooh, you have a side quest. You know, if I had one wish, it would be to hear that go. Oh, yeah, this golden bell. Chat said I can do that later. Core, is that you? Cassider, Alexandre, I'm so glad you two are alright. Have you run into any Zerums? No, we're fine, but I'm worried about the Miss Tourmaline? Yeah, her. Worried about her, you know? Haven't heard much lately. You can stop with the act. We know that Tourmaline is actually Empress Priva. Oh, well, that's good. Anyway, there are just horrible rumors going around that Chalcedony tried to kill her. It's simply terrible. There's one fan theory about Gaul involves Destiny. I have played Tales of Destiny. I played both the original and the director's cut, so yeah, you can... I mean, probably, like, in case anyone here hasn't played Destiny, just don't share it, but, like, you can always, like, either put that in my Discord, because I'm actually really interested. I finished Tales of Destiny, like, that was the last Tales game I did before FF10 too, so I am interested in that rumor. Interested in that theory. You could probably, like, spoiler tag it in the Discord, in the Tales of section of the Discord, is what I would recommend. Because I'm mildly interested in that. Anyway, there are horrible rumors going around that Chalcedony tried to kill her. It's simply terrible. That's why I said rumors. Rumors, it is on the screen. That's why I said rumor instead of theory. The commander would never do that. It's a lie from those army hyenas. Yo, hyenas? Lion King. Yeah, we figured as much. But we also heard Straga has been put in lockdown. That one seems to have some teeth to it. That actually happened, and now we need a way into Straga so we can save Chalcedony. We gotta find the boat and sail downstream into the city. Don't suppose you could fix us up. We can certainly lend you a boat, but are you certain you want to attempt this? You don't really have a choice. Don't worry, we'll get Chalcedony and your boat back in one piece. We're also going to make the commander finally confess his love to the Empress. What? It's a good idea. You're not half bad, period. You know that? Oh, we're going to get some closure to Shaw's storyline with the Empress. Don't you think you know me just because we're working together? It was supposed to be a I hate you. Meryl, I just said you were becoming likable, and then you had to do the compliment condiment joke. Anyone else hear that? I need to look up how Beryl talks. I just don't understand her little gimmick. Why would she replace compliment with condiment? I just don't understand Beryl. Just when I start to like her, she starts to do it, and I'm like, oh, I hate you. Anyone else hear that? Sounds like a waterfall. Oh, right. The giant waterfall is just up ahead. I don't remember hearing anything about a giant waterfall. That's because I didn't tell you. It's not like we have an alternative, so why make a fuss? You better hope I don't live through this. Hey, we're back in the Straga sewers. Who knew the waterfall would lead here? Hisui, were you just swimming? Get thrown to your watery doom enough times and you pick up a few things. You can thank me for the swimming lessons later. Oh, I will. We're in luck, guys. We should be near the church where the Crystal Knights are being held. This way. Ooh, dungeon time. Are we in the Straga sewers? Or is this just the same track because it is? We are in the Straga sewers. Yo, I remember the Straga sewers having some places we couldn't access before. Maybe now we're able to access some of their areas. Oh no, it's the Planet Styx theme again. This sounds like Star Ocean 3's Planet Styx. Let's go. Hey, it's time for Burning Strike. Be destroyed. Yo, the second battle theme's growing on me. I said before I like the first one more, but the later beat that kicks in. I ended up here while I was running away from soldiers. All I did was raise the prices on them just a teeny bit. Don't worry, I'll give you all an extra good deal. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Sewers are running gag in Tales games? Honestly, sewers are just a running gag in JRPGs and RPGs in general, to be honest. I mean, you're not wrong, Tales games do it, but like, I feel like RPGs in general is a running gag with sewer dungeons. I think I'm just gonna get this for core because like I haven't bought armor for him in a while. Even though I lose like 1 TC, but I'll live with it. Oh, playing Innocence right now? Oh yeah, the DS version has a translation. I'm waiting. I think the Innocence R. Genus, told me. Genus, otherwise known as Sage in my Discord, said that Innocence R, he like jailbroke his Vita to play Innocence R English translated. I don't know. I would love to play the Innocence R version, which is kind of why I'm waiting, but I don't know how I'm going to play it. Hearts was lucky because Hearts got a localization, but Innocence R did not. The DS version definitely has a localized version though, so I could always play that, but I think I want to play Innocence R if it's more akin to Hearts, obviously. How many damn times am I gonna have to fall into a body of water on this trip? How come life's always forcing us to do the things we hate most? That's true. You've almost drowned a bunch of times. I'm always in dangerously high places. Maybe if we declare that we're terrified of good food, fate'll start constantly throwing tasty free meals our way. Yo, royal crablets. Let's get some royal crablets for Kohaku. Let's do it. Hisui, nothing scares me more than a well-prepared meal. Miso pork, miso fried rice balls, chopped sirloin with lotus root. Okay, you're making me hungry. Stop that. As your brother, I guess I should be proud of your optimism. I love when Kohaku talks about food. Very Mila-esque from Tales of Xillia. But yeah, I know 2 things about Innocence. I know 2 characters, Spada and Ruka. I don't know... I think Spada's the main character? I know Ruka because Ruka has a costume. Tales of Xillia 2 gives you a Ruka costume. So, I only know those 2 things about Innocence. But I do plan to play the game eventually, so... Caius is the protagonist of Tales of the Tempest. So I think Spada would be the protagonist of Innocence. Or is it Ruka? I don't even know. It's Ruka or Spada? I don't know. Probably Ruka, I don't know. I remember knowing the main character of Innocence, I just never played the game. And Ruka has a costume, so... in Xillia 2. Calm down. Get barrel up. I like Innocence. If it continues to be strong, it might surpass Hearts R. Playing Tempest original as we're talking. Oh, Tales of the Tempest? I heard Tales of the Tempest is like a spin-off, isn't it? I would like to play it eventually too, though. I will say this. I will say if Tales of Innocence if Tales of Innocence doesn't get a patch, like, if there's no way for me to play Innocence R, like, if I want to play that game, like, if it comes, like, right now, I got a lot of Tales games to knock out, so I'm like, hey, I might as well wait until, like, either Vita emulation comes a long way, or it's more accessible, which I doubt, but you never know. So, if it comes a time where, like, nothing is happening with Innocence R, I'll probably just play the original, to be honest. I'll probably just play the original, and when Innocence R is playable, I'll play it again or something. I don't know. Assuming it's good, obviously. Basically, the point I'm trying to get at is I'll play Innocence, the original, if I want to play the game and nothing happens with it. Like the development of Vita emulation and such. If I have no way to play it, basically, I'll just be like, hey, I'll play the original. And if Innocence R is playable, and I liked Innocence, and I'll play Innocence R again. I'll do 2 playthroughs. But it's good to know I have the original as backup, basically. Which I'm sure the original won't be a terrible... It could be a terrible game. I don't know. I don't think it'll be an awful game. It's just knowing about Innocence R and absolutely loving Hearts right now. I would love to play the remake, obviously. That's just to be expected. You want to play the remake of the game. Yes, Tales of the Tempest is a spin-off. I remember doing my research. That game's main character is named Caius, because I know Rapide has a costume of him in Vesperia. Also, Core here has a Caius costume from Tales of the Tempest. I held L1 again, chat. I was holding L1 and like, hey, why isn't it working? And then I was like, no, you gotta hold O in Hearts. Tales of the Tempest got bad reviews like Dawn of the New World. I'll still play it. I know Dawn of the New World's a bad game, so I'm not gonna replay it for the channel just for content. Like, I'd rather... Only if someone paid me money would I play it. I said this before. I'm not even joking. I'll probably have to make a wager, but like, if someone paid me money, like, I don't know. If I got like a certain amount of subs, gift subs, whatever it may be, I'd consider, like, alright, whatever, I'll grin and bear it, play Dawn of the New World. Because it's not a very long game. So, if I got paid or something, like subs or whatever, I would play it. I'm not even lying. But of my free will, no, I would never play it. Like, never touch it again. Tales of the Tempest, I've never played, and honestly, if a game got bad reviews, I can think it's better than normal people. You never know, so I want to form an opinion myself, so I'll still play the game. I'm not gonna not play a game because, like, oh, it got bad reviews. You know? I like to form opinions. Like, if a game interests me, I just try it, you know? I take the risk. And sometimes I love the game, sometimes I think the game's okay, sometimes I think it's complete trash. Like Ruins of Lore, Lufia Ruins of Lore. I said Ruins of Lore instead of Dawn of the New World, because people watching this content are probably so tired of being like, oh, Nova only complains about one game, so there you go. I hate Lufia 4 as well. That game is also garbage.